Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Italy for the 2014 VRC 12-Scale World Championships. Getting set to go here. Here's your top 10 drivers after qualifying. A 16-minute race ahead for these guys. The tone sounds, we are off and underway. Looks like a pretty clean start for most drivers. Martin Wollanka with a big jump out of the gate on that one. Wollanka, that all-yellow machine, going to be leading the way right now. Looks like Dana Bale's going to be in that number 2 spot. Those two drivers down the front stretch. Martin Wollanka, a well-known driver here in the VRC Pro world. On the back side of the track he goes right now through the switchbacks, through that center section. Martin Wollanka looking nice and smooth here on lap number 1. A lot of racing. Oh, clips that inside curb right there. Dana Bale's going to be right there. Bale's up into the lead now. Dana Bale's in the yellow and white machine chasing down Wollanka. Bale's your leader. Wollanka right behind him. Wollanka takes the inside line. Back and forth they go through the switchbacks onto the back side of the track now. Down that long back stretch. Wollanka gets a little wide. Bales to the inside. These two drivers running close on times right now. Bales gets a little close to that inside curb. Back around to the front side through the switchbacks in the center section. Once again, top two drivers starting to spread out their lead on the rest of the field. Wollanka down the back stretch right now. A couple car lengths on Dana Bales in that number 2 spot. Back around to the front side. A lot of racing left to go for these drivers. A 16-minute race. A unique pit stop. Something you don't normally see in 12-scale racing. Pit stop will take place. These drivers will have to change out their battery and carry on. Dana Bale's in that number 2 spot trying to close back up on Martin Wollanka. Wollanka trying to stretch it out just a little bit on him right now. Onto the left side of the track they go. As you can see, your top 2 drivers starting to check out early on in this one. Only a minute 35 into the race. Dana Bale's looking strong in that number 2 spot. The yellow and white machine right there. That last lap, a 14.9. Bales right now. Down the backstretch he goes. As you can see, chasing down Martin Wollanka. Wollanka putting down some smooth laps right now in the lead. Rick Yaley in that number 3 spot. The blue and white machine, yellow wheels there. He's got company coming up behind him in the number 4 spot. That's Tsushi Hasegawa. Hasegawa down the backstretch now. 3rd and 4th going to be right there together. That's going to be one of the closer battles on the track right now. These two drivers, Hasegawa trying to close the gap up on Yaley. And through the switchback sections, fast line right there for Tsushi. Back onto the left-hand side they go once again. Down the backstretch. Yaley goes a little bit wide. And Hasegawa now up into the number 3 spot. Through the switchbacks, through that center section. You saw Yaley there pushing hard. Clipped that inside curve just a little bit. Got up on 2 wheels but landed it back. Your 3rd place driver now, Tsushi Hasegawa. Trying to catch back up to your leaders, 1st and 2nd. You can see them there in the picture. On the left-hand side of the track they go. They have stretched out their lead considerably right now. Hasegawa going to be about 4.3 seconds back. There's your number 5 driver, Graham Rastrick. Rastrick down the backstretch in the orange and white. Chasing down Yaley down in the blue and white. 3rd, 4th, and 5th going to be about a straightaway length apart through the switchback sections they go. Only 3 minutes down in this one. Martin Wollanka going to be out front trying to check out here in this one. There's Rick Yaley, your 3rd place driver. Chasing down Hasegawa. Your leaders right now with about a 5.1 second lead on Hasegawa. Dana Bale still in that number 2 spot. Dana Bale's going to be 1 second back from Martin Wollanka. There is your leader, Martin Wollanka, there on the left-hand side of the track he goes. Martin Wollanka that last lap, a 14.7. Wollanka laying down some fast and consistent lap times. Dana Bale's, though, not letting him out of his sight right now. Through the switchback sections they go once again. Oh, and Dana Bales with a big mistake right there. Had to be corner marshal. Dana Bales now going to lose some time. Your leader still holds on to that number 2 spot right now. Wollanka down the front stretch. He's got some breathing room right now. He can rest at ease here at least for a little while. 4 minutes down here in this one. Still 12 minutes left to go down the backstretch. He goes onto the right-hand side. Wollanka starting out front. Can he finish out front here in this one? A lot could change up, especially with that mandatory battery stop. Martin Wollanka right now looking smooth out front. Down the backstretch he goes. A near flawless run for him here. Oh! Just as I say that, Wollanka comes up on that inside curb, gets up on 2 wheels, spins around. Doesn't require a corner marshal now, and lucky save for him there. Dana Bale's trying to close that gap back up, but Bale's right now still going to be 4.2 seconds back from Wollanka. There's that battle for 3rd and 4th once again. Rick Yaley in the blue and white machine. Down the backstretch they go. Brian Polosino going to be right there behind him in the number 4 spot now. Policino up into the 3 spot. Back through the switchback section they go. Policino in the yellow and blue. Made a nice pass right there and says, see you later. Down the backstretch they go. Ricky Haley dropping back to the number 4 spot now. Going back around to the front side. And here's a battle there. The number 9 and 10 place spots. Hiroyuki Shoto right there in the white machine. Yellow wheels. Brian Policino in that number 3 spot. The yellow and blue through the switchbacks once again. Policino going to be 3.2 seconds back from Dana Bales. Bales going to be 4.3 seconds back from your leader, Martin Wollanka, right now. Wollanka laying down the fast laps here for the 2014 12 Scale World Championships. 5:30 down here in this one. Getting closer and closer to those pit stops. Something we don't see in 12 scale racing normally. So that's going to throw these guys a little bit for a loop, especially these guys not used to making pit stops. Brian Policino in that number 3 spot. Working his way back around the track now. Michael Bertuzzi sitting in the number 4 spot. Ricky Haley in the number 5 spot. Graham Rastrick in that number 6 spot. Hasegawa dropping back to the number 7 spot. Showed in the 8. And England in the number 9 spot here in this one. Here's Ricky Haley, your 5th place driver right now. The blue and white. Down a long back stretch he goes. These 12 scale cars. So much precision. As you can see, hitting the fine lines makes all the difference for these drivers. Martin Wollanka doing just that right now with a 6.5 second lead on Dana Bales. Ricky Haley trying to... Oh, a little mistake there for Policino. Policino, your 3rd place driver, and he's in for a pit stop now. Battery change in action here for Policino. 6:45 down here in this one. There's Martin Wollanka, your leader. Oh, Wollanka clipping that inside curb there. Policino still in the pits for the battery change. Martin Wollanka was 7 minutes down. Wollanka coming around to the front side now. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see when your leader decides to come in for the pit stop. Through the switchback sections he goes right now. And Wollanka working his way back around. Dana Bales going to be 0.5 of a second back from him. That's what the clock is showing right now. Wollanka may have already made that pit stop. I believe he has. Oh, a huge mistake there for Martin Wollanka. That could have been the end of his race right there. Clips the inside pipe, and there we go. Wollanka in for the battery change now. Dana Bales now going to take over the top spot. So Wollanka had not made the pit stop. Dana Bales had gained time on him considerably. And after that huge crash from Martin Wollanka, that's going to change things up a bit. We'll see where Dana Bales comes out after his pit stop. Bales onto the left-hand side of the track through the switchbacks. Martin Wollanka right now sitting in the number 7 spot after the battery change, but that should sort itself out. I've got a feeling, though, Dana Bales is going to be your leader with Martin Wollanka in the number 2 spot now. Ricky Haley showing back up into the number 3 spot. Wollanka, as you can see, trying to make up time after that big mistake. Clipping that inside curb. A hard hit for Wollanka. There's Dana Bales, your current leader right now. Bales working his way back around. Down the long back stretch. Bales out front. Bertuzzi in the number 2 spot. Here comes Dana Bales. Bales into the pits now. I tell you what, a battery change definitely not anywhere as fast as you might see a pit stop in like nitro racing. Nitro racing pit stops, 3-4 seconds maybe. These guys spending a lot of time in the pits getting the battery swapped out. He is in and out of the pits now. Dana Bales, we'll see how it all sorts. Oh, a little mistake there. See how it all sorts out. Michael Bertuzzi going to be taking over the top spot now. Ricky Haley, your number 2 driver, coming around here on this one through the switchbacks. Haley down the front stretch in that number 2 spot, the blue and white, yellow wheels. There's Brian Policino. Oh, Policino with a mistake there. Spins out, coming through that tight 180. Michael Bertuzzi going to be your leader right now. Bertuzzi in the orange and white machine started the number 5 spot on the grid. Leading this one 9:30 down. Down the backstretch he goes onto the right-hand side. Coming back around to the front side of the track now. Ricky Haley in the number 2 spot. Atsushi Hasegawa in the 3 spot. Graham Rastrick in the 4. Martin Wollanka in the 5. Several of these drivers have not yet made the pit stop for the battery change. We'll see how that all sorts out. Here comes Berzi. Berzi going on by on that one. Through the switchback sections they go. As you can see, he's working way through. Oh! Huge mistake from Martin Wollanka. Gets out in the grass, spins all the way around. Wollanka starting out this race flawless. Having some trouble, though, here towards the end of this one. Wollanka trying to make up time from the mistakes and, of course, the battery change. And as you can see, he is pushing so hard right now. Martin, makes another little mistake there. Bumps that inside curb. Graham Rastick right there behind him. Martin Wollanka up into the number 3 spot now. Down the backstretch he goes. Hasegawa in the number 4. Graham Rastick in the 5. Rastrick looking smooth here in this one. Sitting in the number 5 spot. Starting in the 9 spot. Rick Yaley still in the number 2 spot. The blue and white machine, yellow wheels coming back around to the front side now. On to the left-hand side through the chicanes once again. A lot of racing for these guys. Not typically this long of a race, especially for something like the World Championships. But here at VRC Pro, a 16-minute race is what it's going to take to win the World Championship. 5 minutes left to go for these guys to decide who your 2014 VRC 12-scale World Championship winner is. Dana Bales there in the number 6 spot. Dana Bales was your earlier leader along with Martin Wollanka. Bertuzzi still going to be out front. Rick Yaley in the number 2 spot. Wollanka in the 3 spot. Bales working his way around the yellow and white machine, coming around to the front side now. There's Michael Bertuzzi, your leader. Bertuzzi started the number 5 spot. After the battery changes, finds himself out into the lead right now. Onto the left side. Down the back stretch he goes. That long TEKIN straightaway. Bertuzzi looking nice and smooth right now. Yaley in the number 2 spot. Yaley coming back around to the front side. There's Martin Wollanka. So your top 3 drivers pretty spread out right now here in this one. 12 minutes down. 4 to go for these drivers. Bertuzzi out front leading the way here in this one. Rick Yaley in 2nd. Wollanka in 3rd. Hasegawa in 4th. Dana Bales in the number 5 spot. There's Yaley, your 2nd place driver. Back onto the left side. There's your leader, Michael Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi coming back around. Got some lap traffic ahead of him there. Bertuzzi right now not laying down the fastest laps on the track, but he's laying down some smooth and consistent ones. Oh, and just as I say that, he clips that inside pipe. That's good. Oh, and another mistake coming onto the front straightaway. Bertuzzi hits the pipe, gets corner-marshaled. Now watch right here. He gets back going once again. Comes around the corner, and boom, spins out, ends up on his side. Oh, terrible luck there for Bertuzzi. Rick Yaley, though, takes that with a smile, and Bertuzzi with another mistake. Bertuzzi into the pits now for a battery change. Boy, this race has gone up and down from Michael Bertuzzi. Rick Yaley taking over that lead. Hiroyuki Shoda in the number 6 spot, the white car. Working his way around right now. Rick Yaley out front. Hasegawa in the number 2 spot. Dana Bales in the 3. Martin. Oh, and a mistake there for Brian Policino. Policino making a rare mistake there on that one. Hasegawa now up into the number 2 spot. Yellow and white machine working his way onto the left-hand side through that tricky chicane down the TEKIN straightaway. As this race is winding down right now. These drivers are starting to close up on one another just a little bit. Rick Yaley going to be out front, though, with a 6-second lead. Dana Bales only going to be 0.6 of a second behind Hasegawa for that number 2 and 3 spot. Down the front stretch they go onto the right-hand side. Hasegawa in the yellow and white. Right behind him is going to be Dana Bales. Right behind Dana Bales is going to be Martin Wollanka. 14 minutes down, 2 to go. There you see the battle behind him. Wollanka and Bales. Oh, and Hasegawa making a mistake there. So now it's Bales and Wollanka, 2 and 3. Dana Bales in the yellow and white. Wollanka in the all yellow. Wollanka up into the number 2 spot now. Dana Bales in that 3 spot. Down the backstretch they go. Martin Wollanka started out front, was your early leader, had some major mistakes, but is caught back up now. Rick Yaley still your leader. He's going to be 5.5 seconds ahead of these drivers right now with 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go. On to the left-hand side, they go down the backstretch. Martin Wollanka, as you can see, trying to stretch it out a little bit on Dana Bales, your 3rd place driver. Back around to the front side now. Time is winding down here in this one. 4.9 seconds now the gap. Martin Wollanka closing fast on Rick Yaley. Is there enough time left in this one? A minute to go. Wollanka makes a mistake there. Dana Bales goes by. Dana Bales back up to the number 2 spot. Now Wollanka back to the number 2 spot. Onto the left-hand side of the track they go through the chicane, down the backstretch now. Martin Wollanka in the all-yellow. Dana Bales in the yellow and white. Wollanka bumping that curb once again. Through the chicane they go. 4.7 seconds back from Rick Yaley. 40 seconds left on the master clock. Rick Yaley looking for a possible world championship win here in this one. Martin Wollanka, I don't know if there's going to be enough time. Wollanka definitely laying down some fast laps. 30 seconds left to go in this one. Wollanka down the backstretch he goes. Onto the right-hand side. 20 seconds. Wollanka through the switchback sections once again. The master clock winding down here in this one. Martin Wollanka chasing down your leader. He's only 3.3 seconds back from it now. 5 seconds left on the master clock. They're going to crash. Oh, no! Martin Wollanka with a huge crash right before the line. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, working his way around, your 2014 VRC 12-scale world champion, going to be Rick Yaley. Dana Bales coming around for the number 2 spot. Martin Wollanka in the number 3 spot. What a race right there. Yaley taking the win. A great run for him right there.